Hello and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. We have, from a long time ago, Bacardi Gold rum, no age statement, but it says on the website aged at least 1 year and filtered through a special blend of charcoal, which they don't reveal. It's light gold. It's from Puerto Rico. The company was founded in 1862 in the Spanish province of Cuba. And then they relocated to Puerto Rico in the 1960s, 100 years later. And we're going up against Bacardi Gran Reserva Diez. This is a new one. It's like a wax or plastic blob, and they stamp it. You can feel the plastic. It feels like wax, but it's probably plastic. Anyway, extra rare gold rum. Matured in charred white oak barrels for 10 years, 2008 to 2018. It's darker, you can see, more of a caramel color. I was outside picking Japanese plums, and I just picked a little bit, and I'm going to bring them to work tomorrow, and people are going to devour them. You could tell they were ripe because they were falling right off the tree. Oops, whoops. I was going to show you. I'm trying to do this without them spilling out the bag. Damn. See them in there. So many. Where they're tumbling out. Okay. Look, this one single tree, I could pick so many. I could pick buckets full from that one tree. Everybody at work could never eat all those, okay? And then I'm looking over there in that yard. They're just loaded with fruit, and there's no ladder you could get that high to get up in the tree and pick those. You get killed. So it's a lot of fruit that gets wasted, I guess. And boy, when they get ripe, it's like a ball of sugar. It's so sugary sweet. It's incredible. You want to get them really ripe, though, because they'd be tart and sour when they're not quite ripe. But you could probably make some good cobbler with those or something like that. Well, may as well get rolling with this. I won't have a lot of time this week to do these at the proper date, so I've got to try to fit them in. The Bacardi Gran Reserva Diez versus Bacardi Gold, then Bacardi Gran Reserva Diez versus Castillo Gold, and then the Skull Gold. Can I fit it in this week, along with the whiskey taste challenges? Maybe. So I put on this glass B10, Bacardi 10 year, right? And over here I put BG, Bacardi Gold. Barry Gibb, Bacardi Gold. You would think it wouldn't be a whole much. You would think it wouldn't be much of a challenge, right? I mean, 10-year age versus no age statement, probably minimally age. That thing popped out of there with so much back pressure. That's strange. Why would this rum have pressure on it? You know what I mean? It's not carbonated, but it sure went, pow, it released pressure. So that's peculiar. Wooden stopper, with the rubberized cork. Okay, so what's the price point? Around here, Bacardi Gold is about $12 a bottle. I don't know about your area. It's cheaper in some place. The Gran Reserva Diez is $40 a bottle. So we're talking about a $40 bottle versus a $12 bottle. You would assume the $40 is going to easily win, but these assumptions can be very wrong. Bob Booth says, my loquat trees are loaded this year also, more than past years. Just checking in. Great job as always. Thank you. Is that the same as the Japanese plum? Is that another name for it? Because I don't know the real name. Okay. Oh, well, this is caramel, and that's pale gold, light gold. So I can't look. I wasn't really. Oh, let me see if it's got the sparkles, because it's pretty bright outside today. It's overcast, but. Does have that. And I don't think it sparkles. It's some kind of weird sediment. I think the issue with this rum, it's not so filtered. You're getting a lot of particulate matter in it. A lot of particles, man. A lot of particles. Bacardi Gold is good stuff. My favorite rum at Christmas on its own, neat and in eggnog, says Michael Jennings. Thanks for watching, Michael Jennings and Bob Booth and other people. Trying to figure out who that is driving down the street. I wish I'd hear that panel truck delivering that Paul Honor beer, but I have a feeling it's not going to come in. They sent me this big letter. This package, the cans. Oh, we got these. They said they were going to send me a 4-pack of the wheat and a 4-pack of the lager, the Munich lager, in cans. And I hadn't seen it. But they were going to send me the Paulana Salvatore, and that never came in. But they sent me the T-shirt, and they sent me 2 empty cans. They said, here's the sample cans. This is what the beer is going to come in. Hey, is something happening on the way over here? In other words, is it getting stolen? You say UPS employees wouldn't steal it. I didn't say they would. I just said it's strange. Sometimes these comic books don't come in. Are people at the U.S. Postal Service stealing them? I don't know what's going on, but I called DC Comics and like, this never came in. Oh, no, it didn't. I'm like, no. And then they'll send me a replacement. And the other one never does show up. Now, years ago, it wouldn't show up, and then they'd send me a replacement. And then the original would show up weeks or even months late. But I think something's up with that because, like the Columbia, what's that magazine called? The Columbian magazine, the Knights of Columbus magazine, always comes in every month, never miss the issue. You say, well, who's going to steal Columbian magazine from the Knights of Columbus? Right. You ever go to a show where they're selling I'm sure they have collectibles from the 1920s or 30s, but because that's how long the magazine's been on the market. But comic books, yeah. You've heard those reports about people in the Postal Service stealing the TSA is stealing. People working for the TSA stealing people's stuff at the airport. And you might say, that's racism for you to say that. Some people would say that and I'd be like, well, why are you saying it's racism? Oh, but you see, you said that. I said USPS and TSA. You injected that into it. So that's telling me more about you than about me, right? Right. Some people jump the gun on their accusations and they don't even realize their own embedded prejudice. You ever notice that about some people? But then they'll claim, I don't have those feelings. No, I don't know. But you talk about it 26 hours a day, you might. have those feelings. You know, when people harp on things endlessly, you start to believe that that's in their mind, no matter what they're telling you. But anyway, let's go on. Oh, that's pretty spicy in the nose. These are not spice rums, by the way. But there's something, they take on a spiciness. I don't know why. Is it the wood? Is it the charcoal filtering? I really don't know. I don't know much about rum. I know it's made out of sugar products, molasses, sugar cane, you know, cane sugar. But why it would have a spicy nose and it's not a spice rum? This one doesn't smell as spicy. No. Nope. I can't look because it's so obvious in their color differential that it would give it away in just a snap, you know. In a snap. I messed up my schedule, you know, like I had scheduled a Canadian whiskey exam taste challenge Tuesday morning at Dawn Busters. But I got confused in the schedule, and so I did it this morning, and it let me do it. That's the thing about YouTube. It'll let you do it days early instead of giving you a notice. Like, it should give you an alert. Alert, this is not the day that it's scheduled. Well, then after I did it, I said, oh, so now there's an open slot for Tuesday morning, which is when I will probably do the Bacardi Gran Reserva Diez versus the Skull Gold. Because later today, I don't know. I don't think I could take it. I don't think I could take it. But later today, I was thinking maybe I'll do the Bacardi Gold versus Castillo Gold, but I don't think I could take it. I can't do too much. I could, but I don't think I could take it. I had the shrimp Creole for lunch over rice. Shrimp Creole over rice. With 3 peanut butter filling cookies. You know, there's like Oreo cookies, but it's peanut butter instead of that white sugar filling. And they say made with real peanut butter. Okay, I believe it. Tasted like it. This has got, I'm thinking initially this has got to be the Gran Reserva Diez in my left hand because it's too spicy, but I'm really not so confident in that. Let's go ahead and taste. The Canadian whiskey's really got me thrown off because the Gibson's Finest Rare, to me, has been underperforming because I'm putting it in taste challenges against stuff like Rich and Rare. Well, not yet, but it's coming. I'll say stuff like that. Canadian Crest, you know, Albertson's Canadian whiskey, a blend. And it's not beating those. Oh, Canadian Hunter. Oh, it might be on par with them, but even that's questionable. From what I could taste, it had a strange, harsh rye whiskey bite, toothpick wood. It wasn't super pleasant. And so I was thinking, man, you know, this thing is not living up to what they were telling me, but I don't know. That's just, it was kind of confusing. I thought the Gibson's was really going to shine. Although it was going to, with that fancy bottle, you know, and that real wood cork, and you think it's just going to run ahead of the pack, not muddle along with them, but that's what happens sometimes, and that's what has happened. I tried a little Crown Royal Friday night, and I was thinking to myself, is this really that much better than other Canadian whiskeys? Or is it all marketing? I wasn't sure. I don't have enough experience with it. From those little samples, I can't say. But it was making me wonder, I'm going to try by the end of 2019 to start digging into Crown Royal, because it's about time, right? And people have told me, if you would do big brands like Crown Royal, you get way more views than doing some obscure stuff that you do, Canadian Limited and all this. If that was the purpose of the channel, to get a lot of views, then that's what you would see. Tito's Vodka, Kettle One, Crown Royal, Johnny Walker Red. I mean, I'd have been doing those, and I'd have had more views. But my problem or a weakness or whatever for me is I'll just run after what interests me at the time. Like if it catches my interest, I'll do it. But then maybe only a few people will watch. I don't know. I'm not a good marketer. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a hobbyist that happens to have videos on the air. And people watch. Most people like them, some don't. Pretty sweet. It's not over sweet though, it's spicy. I'm not so sure yet. I love Crown Royal, but truthfully, I prefer Canadian Club. It's got a spicier note. Whoa, you see, that's what I mean. Canadian Club is so much cheaper than Crown Royal, but half the price, half the price, half the price. But I have to go blind, you know, to see. But in Louisiana, South Louisiana at least, I don't ever go up to Monroe and Shreveport, really. That's a different culture up there. It's a different world. But Crown Royal is by far the most popular whiskey. It's not even, it's a joke. But here I am not reviewing it, right? Now, if you go to Texas, maybe Jack Daniels is more popular. Or if you go to Tennessee, I'm sure it is. But here, no. It's Crown Royal. And look how far we are from Canada. You know, we're at the bottom of the United States. And Canada's way up there north of the U.S. And here's Crown Royal. So #1 in Louisiana. What does it take to be #1? All right. But that's what these people around here talk about all day long. Drinking Crown, 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 Crown. You get tired of hearing it. Go to a crawfish boil, got Crown Royal. Bingo, Crown Royal. Everything, Crown Royal, Crown Royal, Crown Royal, Crown Royal. This one is lighter. Is Bacardi in play around here? Well, of course, you see Bacardi, not the Gran Reserva Diez anywhere. You see Bacardi Gold anywhere you go. And of course, the Superior, the white one, you really see that more than anything. I think the Bacardi Silver, the Superior is the one you see everywhere. I guess white rum is more popular around here. I don't know why. I've never tried white rum, so I wouldn't know what it tastes like. Got enough bottles waiting to try, though. I might hate it. Just think if I hate it and I got 8 bottles. This is lighter in the flavor, so it must be the gold. Sure is good, though. Crown Royal has a maple blend that's quite nice. Oh, yes, I saw it. And they got the bourbon mash. And now the peach. Everybody's drinking the peach. The peach. Get the Crown Royal peach. They're going berserk over that. And I'm over there looking at it going, that's the last thing I want is a flavored liqueur, flavored whiskey. I just finished that limoncello that Chinese made. It was good. I would never drink it on purpose. And then I finished that strawberry, what do you call that? Strawberry puree that Chinese made with fresh strawberries, and those were delicious. But I said, oh, I couldn't drink this kind of sugary fruit stuff all day. I don't know why people drink, but they love it. But that was given to me. You understand? I wouldn't have bought it. I would have never bought something like that. But for a homemade concoction, it wasn't bad. It was actually good. But it still tasted kind of like homemade. Like it was kind of like rough around the edges. Like you would never buy something from a big company that would have those kind of funny flavors on the edges. That's what you notice about homebrew or home liqueur. They're kind of be kind of wild on the edges. You never get that with a big company. They're really good at like narrowing down the flavor to be really succinct, like these two products. Well, okay. Which one tastes better? Ooh. Here's an important point, because if we're talking $12 a bottle versus $40 a bottle, that's a serious consideration, right? I can't say I wouldn't buy one. I bought both. I bought them both. But now, of course, I got a super discount. Why Walmart had it so cheap, I don't know. When Walmart has things cheap like that, I don't ask. I buy and get out the store. When they had the Clan McGregor for $5 a bottle, I bought it. They had these for $17.50 a bottle, the Gran Reserva Diez and the Gran Reserva Ocho. The Reserva Ocho. Not Gran, just Reserva Ocho. And it came with the cedar wood case and the glass front, fit with the room for 3 bottles, the humidor. It's a humidor to put cigars in them. I'm not doing that, but it's a nice little display case for the whiskeys and the rum. But most of you are going to have to pay $40 for the Gran Reserva Diez, as opposed to $12 for the Gold. So, oh, you can feel the warmth now. Wow, wow. When you taste them, you say, this ain't no 40 proof. It's so mild. Then you hit you and you say, ooh, where are we right now? A lot of wood on this light one. You wouldn't think the Bacardi Gold would have so much wood, but it does. But it's mild. It's a mild, mellow, and pleasant woodiness, as opposed to that Gibson's that was like a house cat scratching your face. You know, it's like, oh yeah. But boy, 10 years in that barrel, that Bacardi Gold, whoa. And it's not so much the barrel. It is that. But I think it's that charcoal filtering. They were saying like it takes days to drip it through this charcoal. It's like goes on and on. It's like really drawn out. Better be for $40. And boy, I don't think it's so filtered though. Look at the junk in it. But the Gibson's, it's probably filtered too, but but it's probably chill filtered, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't dripped from the charcoal. Oh Lord. All right. I think this is the Gold. What's better? Well, I guess the Ocho, the Gran Ocho. Okay, thanks. I think the Gran Reserva Diez is better. But is it $22 better? I'm sorry, what am I saying? $38? 38. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know. I did some taste challenges today. Is it $28 better? No, wouldn't say that. I don't think it is. I wouldn't pay $28 extra for it. Oh, one time I would. One time, just to say I tried it, I would do that. But on a regular basis, nah. No, I just buy the Gold myself. Just buy the Gold. Crown Royal is good stuff, spicy stuff. It's a Crown Royal World, Ron. Laugh out loud, says Victor Wayne. And he's going, rah, 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 rah. It is a Crown Royal World around here. Crown Royal really does wear the crown in Louisiana. I mean, it's laughable, really. It's laughable how far ahead Crown Royal is to the other whiskeys. Hey, no skin off my back. If people like it, then they should drink it. They have Louisiana craft whiskeys. Do people buy them? Yeah. Do they sell big time? No. They barely make it. Barely make it. Barely make it. They'll just trickle out the store. You say it's all about craft. Is it? Because, and those might be really good. I've talked to somebody who says, oh yeah, that stuff's really good. I never tried it. Might be wonderful, but I'm not seeing a lot of action from that in. I'm not disparaging it, but I'm just talking about the reality. Crown Royal is the big mass-produced item, and it's running away with the contest, man. There is a Canadian Club Rye blend I'd like to try. Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it. I know where to get it. I can picture it in my mind right there, Dorignax. There's a whole rye shelf. They have an end cap that's all rye whiskey. That's all it is. Oh, I could spend the next 12 years straight on just that shelf on this channel without rushing it. You know, we're doing my normal pace. I'd never run out of time. I mean, I'd never run out of product, ever. You could do your niche. You could do a channel. I'm not saying you, Michael, in particular. You could, though, of course, but anybody. You could pick you could say, I'm only going to do rye whiskeys and make that your channel. You'd never run out of a product, ever. I'm only going to do dessert wine. So let's say you'll never run out of product. I'm only going to do light beer. You'll never run out of choices. It just goes on and on. You'll never run out. By the time you're about to run out, there'll be something new coming on the market. Okay, I think this is the gold. Ho, it's the 10-year. Woo! Nope. It's not because I did a sampling earlier this morning. It's not because I did Stout Sunday. It's none of those things. Michael says, hey, that's an idea. It's because I got them mixed up. And I feel really funny about this because, but I did kind of glance down and I saw that dark. And I said to myself, no, don't be a cheater. Because you were thinking it was the gold, you claimed it was the gold, and you're going to go with the official choice. You need to say it's the gold. And I thought it was the gold, and it's not. It's the Gran Reserva Diez. Oh, man. I don't think that's such an indictment against the Gran Reserva Diez. I don't think that's saying it's not good. And I think that's really a benefit or an example of how good the Bacardi Gold is. I think the Bacardi Gold is so good, so well made, so perfected, without allowing any deviation from its parameters of flavor and aroma and body and whatnot, that it can go toe-to-toe with a way older rum. Is Bacardi Gold the best gold rum in the world? How would I ever know that? Have I ever tasted every gold rum in the world? No. Will I ever come close to that? You know I will not. But it hasn't won all these competitions for being bad. I know that. Hasn't won medals year in, year out being a bad whiskey rum. It's not one of the top sellers in the world being bad. You know what I mean? People say that about Budweiser. Just because Budweiser is the #1 beer in the world don't mean it's good. Yeah, I know, but you think millions of people every hour are buying Budweiser because they hate it? You know, think about that. I'm pretty sure they're not going to the store saying, I'm going to buy Budweiser. I hate that stuff. It makes me sick. I could buy something I'd enjoy, but I just have this compulsion to buy Budweiser because I saw a TV commercial. No one's doing that, okay? Does the TV commercial influence them? Of course. Why do you think they make the commercial? It's propaganda. You know they want to promote their product. But they're not buying it for 35 straight years because they hate it. They're not buying Bacardi Gold for 50 years straight when they started at 21 years old and now they're 71 and they've been drinking for 50 years because they hate it, okay? You know, enough's enough. Enough's enough. You need to think straight a little bit. There is room for reason and logic and deductive reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Hayes says, I'm having a Bud Light in a tall glass right now. Good afternoon, by the way. Well, good afternoon to you. And I want to say this to you. In a very short amount of time, I'm going to do a taste challenge, and it's going to involve Bud Light and Coors Light. Yes, that's right. Bud Light from 1982 and Coors Light from 1978. Coors Light is older. You wouldn't think that, right? You say, no, Bud Light's older. No, actually, Coors Light is an older brand. It's actually much older. If you look at their website carefully, their history section, they originally introduced Coors Light in 1941. True story, 1941. Oh, but a little thing called Pearl Harbor happened, and like literally days later. And so that threw everything off track, and Coors had to concentrate on other things due to those events of the 1940, 1941, 42, 43, 44, 45. And somehow they lost track of it, and they went on to other things. But and they just kind of like forgot about it. Well, light beer is not going to make it. They probably thought that was just an idea we had. Let's forget that. No one wants light beer. Blah, 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 blah. But then Miller Lite comes along in 1975. And so Bud Light, Coors Brewing Company must have said, oh, look at this. This is really catching on. Now, here we are 3 years later. It's becoming a popular product. And they might have said, oh, Grandpa, remember when I was in first grade? Hey, Grandpa, remember when I was in first grade and y'all came out with, but you guys, they wouldn't say y'all in Colorado, right? Remember you guys came out with Coors Light and then they had that attack in Hawaii and then y'all didn't keep producing it? Oh, yeah, Sonny. Go. And he might have told his son, Adolf Jr., go run, get those plans for Coors Light. Let's restart it. It might get popular, who knows? And now it's the #3 selling beer in America. All right. Coors Light is very drinkable, but doesn't taste nearly as good. Well, I'm going to find out. I couldn't base it on what I experienced at Bingo with their stale beers. It's incredible. Every beer is out of date. You say, but you're not paying for it. You're right. And that's why I'm not complaining about it. I'm making an observational statement. I don't even drink. I drink but one beer when I go to Bingo. One. They look at me like I'm out of my mind. They tell me you can drink as many as you want because you're working here. I say, I know. Well, you only drink one. You could drink as many as you want. You know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was like, well, I just want one. I just would rather just drink a single Coors Light or Bud Light. Oh, they're looking at me like something's wrong with him, you know. And then they have all these liquors. We've got scotch, rum, gin, vodka, bourbon, Tennessee whiskey, which is a type of bourbon. All these liqueurs, but you won't drink them. I tell them, oh, I'm drinking water. Just can't believe it. Then they say, look, he's drinking tap water. He's really insane. But anyway, you should drink what you want, right? Ha, stale beers at Bingo. Yeah, it's not too good. Why would they serve old beers? Because they're like most people in the world, they don't ever check dates. And they're probably not drinking enough of it. I don't know. I think when the guy went and bought all those, he went and bought cases and cases. He wasn't careful, like he didn't check the dates. So he bought initially a bunch of short-dated beers. Like right off the bat, they were short-dated. And there you go. They don't drink they drink a lot. Okay, I'm not saying they don't, but they don't drink enough to bring it down and have to resupply. And I was telling them, I said, this stuff's all stale. And they said, we're going to talk to Ken we're going to make sure Ken buys fresh. But you know how far that's going to go. They're not going to think about that the next time they buy more beer. You know that. I would. They're not. They're not going to think about it. Am I going to worry about it? I don't believe I will. Do the customers notice? I don't think they did. I see them, they drink they drink it out the can, and that obscures a lot of the flavor. So you could get a stale beer, you probably wouldn't notice. Always make sure the beer I'm buying has a date 3 months away or a bottle less than a month ago. That's a good idea. Sometimes I forget to check the dates, but it's a bad idea. You should always check dates. All right, so I got to go. I'm going to walk half a mile, and in about an hour out. No, it won't even be an hour because I want to watch that baseball game. It'll be less than an hour. I'm going to come on and do that light beer challenge. Could there be a rum later today? There could be, but I would say it's very unlikely. Very unlikely. All right, but sometimes things can work out better than you thought. All right. Thanks for watching this video production.